as time flies by, you'll open up your eyes wide. You feel it's gonna go your way. Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day.
Hi, my name is James Kyle, and with me I have Felicity Navarro, and we both have an interest in a society called the Art Society, which many of you won't have heard of, but you probably have heard of when it's on its former branding of NADFAS. And it is a society that meets once a month, and we have lecturers coming down from, well, all over the world, but particularly from London, who have their specialist subjects, and the lectures are absolutely fascinating. How long have you been a member of the Art Society now?
I joined the Art Society back in 2009, when it was still quite a young society. It was formed in 2005, and I joined and I went straight onto the committee as membership secretary, and I've been on the committee now ever since, and since last October I've taken over as chairman, or chairwoman, but we call it chairman.
There's a thankless task for you.
I tell you, jolly hard work, but very rewarding, stimulating, very rewarding.
And what sort of membership do you have at your
Well, we have
society?
we have an international membership because we cover from Sotogrande right up to Estepona, San Pedro, even some members from Marbella come. And our membership, we have about 200 members now, come from 13 different nationalities. So we have a very interesting membership.
That's quite impressive. Yeah, I'm a member of, I think, the newest of the societies, which is Benavis, which
correct.
Betty Fuchs founded some 6 years ago, I suppose now. But that seems to be going very well, and it grows, and long may it continue to do so. Have you got an interesting, what do I call it, an outlook for your program? Yes, that's the word I want.
Yes, we already have, obviously this year up until May booked, and from next year, from October to May 2019 booked, we have our lecturers. And then of course we go now in March to the ADM, the annual directory meeting in London, and we choose lecturers for the season 1920. So we're always looking at 2 years ahead.
Well, I suppose you've got to make sure that those people are available and find them somewhere to live and all that sort of thing, their fares and everything else.
Yes.
So it's quite a lot of organisation, I'd imagine.
It is. We fly them out. They are hosted normally with members in our society. And then, in fact, we work very closely with the Gibraltar Art Society. So they give a lecture to us on a Wednesday in the morning, and the Wednesday evening they give a similar lecture, or sometimes the same lecture, to the Gibraltar Society. So we choose very closely together, the two societies.
Well, I mean, if you're bringing somebody that far, it makes sense that double up the work.
Totally, totally. They enjoy it, and some of them will actually give a lecture to the school in Sotogrande, the international school. They will go on the Tuesday afternoon and give a lecture to the students there.
And would you like to tell the viewers what sort of, when we say lectures, that covers a wide...
Yes, lectures, we try to call them actually illustrated talks, because the lecture sounds a bit academic and serious, but they are talks, illustrated talks. And for instance, this month we have Tom Duncan coming to talk on the golden age of Andalusia. In March we have Doug Gillen coming to talk about street art. Then we have a lecturer coming to talk about the Romanovs, who were all very sadly assassinated 100 years ago. This is a big anniversary. So we have a lecture in April on the Russian Romanovs. And then in May, the last lecture will be on Constable, British artist. So that will finish our season. And then we start again next year, where we've got lectures on photography, architecture, gardens, and a whole range of interesting subjects.
That certainly sounds an interesting program you've got there. And incidentally, the Romanovs brings me to something that I would like to bring to people's attention, in that the Russian Museum in Malaga is bringing down 150 odd works from Moscow and St. Petersburg, and they are works from 1920 up to 1950. Now, there's very important painting being done in Russia in that period of time, but of course they've never been seen in the West. I mean, you imagine, for sake of interest, a country the size of America, and for 50 years nobody has seen any art come out of America, and then suddenly this slew of pictures appears, some of which were state organized, and they were the ones that were allowed to be seen, at least in Russia, but a lot of it was underground work. And so I think this is going to be a fascinating exhibition. So anybody who has the chance of going to the Russian Museum after the 10th of this month, I would very much advise them to take this opportunity of going and seeing them, because you'll probably never have the chance to see them again. Felicity, I'm sure that your society is not just about lectures. You have, I believe, other various things that you do. Would you like to tell a bit about those?
I'd love to. One thing that we do is coming up now in April. We have a young artist competition, and we work with 6 of the local schools in the San Roque area, and we go into the schools and choose 5 or 6 pieces of artwork which are then exhibited in San Roque in the Espacio Joven for a week in April. And then we have a judging panel that come at the end of the week, and we choose two of the pieces, one from the category 11 to 14-year-olds, and they receive a €200 prize from our
a decent
society.
prize then.
And then the other category is from 15 to 18-year-olds, and we give them a €300 prize. So
Very
that's
nice.
from the society. We also put all the pieces of work on the website, and our members can go online and choose their prize. So we have a third prize which is known as the Members' Prize, and that is sponsored by one of our sponsors.
Excellent. And how long have you been doing that?
We've been doing that, I think we're in our 5th or 6th year that we've been doing this with the San Roque schools. And it's a way for our society to get involved in the local community. Because although we're an English-speaking society with a lot of different nationalities, we are English-speaking, but this is a way to get involved in the local Spanish community as well.
And imagine then that, has this grown in the 6 years you've been doing it? I'd imagine the children have become more and more involved. Or, is
They
that right?
have, and of course they're always very excited, because to get a prize of €200 or €300...
Better than a kick in the teeth, isn't it?
So they're always very enthusiastic about it, and their parents, we have on the last evening of the prize giving, we have a drinks reception, and the parents come, and the staff from the school come, and it's a very nice evening. So we enjoy that.
No, I think that's excellent, to be able to have something to involve children in other things than scholastic.
To encourage them in the art as well, to encourage them to do things, artistic things, and to show them that there is a scope for them in the larger community.
No, I think that's a marvellous idea.
Other things we do, of course, we do trips to art museums. We go to Malaga, we go to Seville, we go and see some interesting houses. We also do sociable things. We go out for lunch. We have a Christmas lunch once a year. And in June, we have a big event called the Feasting on Art, where local artists come and have their stands at a particular venue in the San Roque area, where they can sell artwork, ceramics, textiles, and all our members and visitors can go and see the artwork and buy some if they like.
No, yeah, I think the more that, particularly I suppose most of your members are expatriates, as it were, and so I think any society that tries to involve themselves in the wider Spanish community is only to be praised.
Yes,
and,
I think it's very important. We live in Spain, and we must get involved in the local community as well.
Couldn't agree with you more. Is your Spanish good?
Yes, my Spanish, I do speak fluent Spanish. I have worked on it. I did learn when I came here. I have worked on it. I'm very lucky to have a Spanish husband. So a lot of our social life with his family and friends is in Spanish. So yes, I am fairly fluent in Spanish, I would say. Yes.
I'm not sure whether I have an advantage or a disadvantage in that I have a wife who speaks pretty good Spanish. And
so it takes away
my necessity.
Yes. She does all the talking for you.
She does all the work.
Yes, so it's very important, I think, to live in the country and to be able to speak the language.
I do agree. It's not something I'm proud of.
So keep working at it.
I keep trying.
Hey, hey.
I said to myself, well, dance in early times was used as a healing. So I said, maybe I can do a dance that will be an intervention and in some way be a healing. As a result, I managed somehow or other to alter my cancer, to heal myself. It's not that they accepted it. I don't think anybody that age is ready to accept it. They're all young men. They danced it. They expressed their fear, their anger, their frustration, their love for each other, and their tribal sense of community and strength. And it gave them a place to be where they could be loved for who they were. I had a multiracial dance company. It was the first one in the country. First I took in blacks and whites, and it had to be even number as a result of the lot tribes. Then I began to take in Asians, the Chicanos, the Native Americans. We became multiracial. That's a healing. When you dance, when you're in nature, how you can be involved in it tactily. You can touch it and feel it. The wind on your face, this rain on your skin. It's who we are, and it's why we must protect the environment with our very life.
Yeah, I'm here in Marbella, but it says here I'm in La Canada.
If you haven't mastered the lingo, don't worry. Linear Director has a free GPS geolocator service that will come and find you. Feliz San Valentin para todos. Happy Valentine's Day. Thank you for joining us for another Marbella Now. I'm off to Conrad's now for the AAA annual Valentine's event, raising money for those awfully sad animals that are abandoned at the rescue centre in Marbella who desperately need a home and our financial support to last from 1 month to the next. Thank you for joining us. Take care of yourselves. Remember to pick up your free copy of the Euro Weekly News tomorrow and check out my column, Marbella Moments. For now, take care, be nice to each other. See you tomorrow. Hasta mañana.
And it's time